Hello and welcome to a brand new week. I'm Apita Sivili with today's edition of JoyNews Interactive. The show is live from digital address GA0992539 in Kokomemle, Accra. You can watch the show on DSTV channel 421 and Go TV channel 144. Join the conversation on Facebook and Twitter. We're JoyNews on TV. It's Monday, and you know what that means. We bring you our Motivation Monday for the week. Check it out.
I remember being 14 years old the first time I ever stepped into a gym. It was a Glendale YMCA. I was 6'1", 135 pounds. Not only was I the skinniest kid in the gym, I was the skinniest kid in our high school. No one in school was skinnier than me, nobody. If you go back to school right now and you ask them about Patrick David at 14, they'll tell you he was the skinniest kid in class. So I used to wear 4 shirts, t-shirts on top of each other and a sweater just to look normal on how skinny I was. And I remember first time I went to the gym, this guy named Fred, he has no idea how much of an impact he made in my life. I was so intimidated of going into the gym. Fred pulls me aside one day, he says, "Patrick, let me explain to you what you need to do with this workout thing." He says, "I want you to not look at anybody in the gym for 2 years and don't compare yourself to anybody. It's not a fair match right now." He said, "Start off with increasing your bench press every single week by 2.5 pounds. All you need to do is add an additional 2.5 pounds every single week to whatever your bench press is." So I start off with a 45-pound barbell, and next week I add 2.5 pounds, then 5 pounds, then 7.5 pounds, then 10 pounds, then 12.5 pounds. A year later, I'm bench pressing a plate on each side, which is about 135 pounds. A year after that, I'm bench pressing a plate in 25, which is 185. A year after that, I'm bench pressing 2 plates, then 2 plates and a quarter, then 3 plates, and 3 plates and a quarter. And then from there, I'm curling 90-pound dumbbells, all these other things. And then, you know, I wanted to be a bodybuilder at that time. But that simple little principle of him telling me 2.5 pounds completely changed my life. I was 14 years old. It validated that no matter what you do, you cannot compare yourself to anybody for 2 years because you're always going to feel disappointed. All you need to figure yourself out is whatever business you're doing, what can you do to add that additional 2.5 pounds to your gig? What is the 2.5 pounds in your business? Is it 25 more calls? Is it 3 more calls every single day? Is it 5 more contacts you make every single day? What is it? What is that 2.5 pound principle to your business? Because ever since that part, whether it was financial services, whether it was social media, whether it was YouTube, value, it doesn't matter what it is. The principle's always been very simple for me. Always, 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 always focus on beating your prior best, and then one day you'll wake up being the best of the best in your industry, at least competing with the rest. As long as you focus on increasing whatever it is that you're measuring by 2.5 pounds every single week. So focus on beating your prior best eventually.
That's our Monday motivation for the week. Remember, you can go to our Facebook page, Twitter page, JoyNews on TV, and tag us with our Monday motivation, hashtag Monday motivation. Now, President Akufo-Addo says his administration is working towards resourcing the Ghana Police Service to make it proactive for the citizenry. Now, major interventions, including the renovation of police stations across the country, according to the president, is to standardize infrastructure within the service to position it to deliver world-class security. The president said when he handed over some 200 Toyota saloon cars to the police administration at the CID headquarters. Now, a lot of people have been speaking about this on Facebook. Some are not happy, some are very happy. But before we take your comments, let's watch this report.
President Akufo-Addo has since assumption of office pledged to equip the police service to meet a world-class standard. Friday's presentation, according to the president, is in partial fulfillment of those promises. Addressing officers before the presentation, the president assured them that his administration has also made resources available to retool the service.
Resources have also been allocated for police kits, protective gear, and adequate quantities of other essential equipment. And more vehicles are on the way. Our aim is to strengthen the police, fashioning it into an honest, disciplined, efficient, and robust force whose emphasis will be on proactive and preventative policing rather than reactive.
The president has also charged the police to maintain the vehicles and other equipment that will be provided for the service. Minister for the Interior, Ambrose Derry, has meanwhile announced financial clearance has been given for the recruitment of some 4,000 officers to address the deficit in police-civilian ratio.
Early this year, President in the State of the Nation made available 800 million cedis extra budgetary allocation to make sure that the police were adequately resourced and equipped. To address the shortfall between personnel level as it is and what it should be, namely that the United Nations expects it to be 1:500 civilians, and we now currently are 1:848. Mr. President has granted financial clearance for recruitment of 4,000 police, unprecedented in this country.
Wow. Great.
Now let's go to Facebook on the back of that report. A lot of you have been commenting. Let's start with Birdman GH, who says, for them to do what people are while crying, fuel prices going higher, and you're spending our money anyhow. Okay, this one is from @David, who says, this is pure selfish interest. How much is the cost of one car? I just don't know when these leaders will start thinking of the good of Ghana. They keep copying blindly the few pickups used by the police. They can't even fuel them. Stronger pickups are all broken down due to bad road network. These cars, in a year or later, only 52 will be found working. The rest will turn into bola goods. Even these cars could have been manufactured here in Ghana. Edwin Kwame Ado says, your argument is quite flawed in the sense that the police need ease of transport to where they are needed most, including communication equipment. You must commend the government for that and task them to do more. As for the one district, one factory, bros, don't expect any government to establish fully state-owned ones to be established and survive, because history tells us about it. This one is from @Alex Coffee, who says, look, you people are arming the Ghana police to fight crime. Good idea, but aren't these police the same that lease arms to robbers to steal and kill? They are social vices because there are no jobs. What if we diverted this into one district, one factory agenda? Won't that relieve Ghanaian youth of the hustle and crime, creates peace of mind and less social violence? Charles Afriye says, though in the right steps, but the last time I checked, the Ghana police was given Toyota Tundras, Nissan Navaras, and these cars were pickup trucks. But for the bad nature of our roads and the bad servicing habits of our police, these vehicles couldn't last. So I'm wondering the number of weeks these Korea/China Toyota Camrys will last on the bad roads we have in Ghana. It's like we as Ghanaians quickly buy things without thinking of where and how it's going to be used. O'Neill Opong says, what's wrong with Ghanaians? Yes, we have 99 problems: industries, ambulances, police equipment, school, etc. But when is provided? Why can't we be happy with it and take good care of it, then move to the next one? Should this be an issue of insults and unwarranted criticism? Frank Kwesi says, all I read here is complaining and negativity and few positive reactions. You're the same people who are complaining when the police could not go to the aid of someone in trouble because they didn't have a vehicle available. Entry Ya says, can't they have contracted Kantaka to build the cars which can withstand the Ghanaian weather? At least more jobs could have been created out of it, and show that the president is in support of Ghanaian-made products. Daniel says, with these bad roads in Ghana, you are buying saloon cars. They won't last and can't fight crime as the four-wheel drive industry has been buying. So the last 3 comments I'm going to take, this one is from Kofi, who says it's a waste of money. These police will ask you to hire a taxi to go and arrest suspects, but will use the cars to send their children and pick them up from school. And Alberto says, wait and see, it will be used to chase trotro drivers. And Haruna says, we needed ambulances and not police cars. Now, to developing the Ghana's education system, define outcomes and commit to delivering them. That is according to Dr. Elsie Kaufman, who is speaking on the executive lounge with Inshira Ado.
It's a shared responsibility. The first step is for stakeholders, all of us, to get together and define what outcomes we want. That's the first step. Because if you don't know where you're going or what you're trying to achieve, anything goes. Okay, so if I come to this level of education, let's say secondary education or even university education, what outcomes are we trying to achieve? What are our metrics? How do we measure that we have actually achieved those outcomes or not? How do we assess the people we put in charge of making sure that these things happen? And what accountability do they have? It's all of us. So a stakeholder, okay, and I can see that it will happen eventually, because some of the private universities and private schools are now being held accountable more, because if somebody is paying to get a certain outcome out of their education and you are not delivering it, why would they continue to pay you?
That's right.
When people, students start taking us to court for not giving them the skills and the knowledge they need, we'll start sitting up. Okay, so it's all of us. It's all of us. It's not one person's responsibility. And then we need to decide that we are committed to delivering.
Dr. Elsie Kaufman on Executive Lounge with Inshira Ado, saying that we need to define outcomes and commit to delivering them. Now let's go to our Facebook page. You've been commenting about this. All right, we're going to start with Nana Safo Kantanka, who says, how can the education system be developed when the curriculum is mainly bookish, when all the education officers are corrupt, when the right people are not given the opportunities to run education in this country, when senior members of the GES are appointed based on nepotism and favoritism, when the circuit supervisor's main focus is on lesson notes and not delivery in the classrooms, when some teachers find it difficult to express themselves in our lingua franca, and a GES must rather sit up and review the system. Okay, they should sit up. Hashtag a teacher. So Nana Safo is speaking from a teacher's perspective. Let's go to Tano Noah, who says, in fact, we need committed people like this woman in order to shake up Ghana's education system. God bless you. Francis Doe says, this is the kind of conversation the House media ought to bring for discussion into the plight of the government, so we all can engage in ways to redefine our educational system. By doing so, we can train people with critical thinking to help build up the nation, but true and poor ain't going to take us anywhere. Yao Jesa says, very important issue she raised. We must start talking about it now. The media houses should spearhead this discussion rather than the daily politicking. We're tired of the trash they constantly feed us. Okay. This comment is from Julius J, and he says, defining outcomes, delivering value, accountability, responsibility, measurements and metrics, determining critical success factors, monitoring, etc. I believe most scholars know that that's what is required. We have too much thinkers than doers as a country. Even a high school student can tell what needs to be changed. But in this moment, we don't need opinions and suggestions as you scholars always come up with. We have enough. Now we need action. Francis Doe says we need critical thinkers. The country is sinking everywhere you go. And Lawson says she is totally right and needs to be supported by the government. This one is from Kofi Amwa Boating, who says she is good. Accountability is very important in our daily lives. And this one is from Ibrahim, who says the politicians will appoint her and control her plans to make her baseless. The awards are not here. Selassie Adair says exactly the point, and Joel says this is a great submission. On that note, I'm going to take a quick breather. When I come back, we're still talking Shatta Wale. Stay tuned. You're still watching JoyNews Interactive with me, Mapita Sibidi. Remember, the conversation continues on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are JoyNews on TV. Now, Sarkodie and Stonebwoy should respect me because when I came out, they were in school. Yes, you guessed it right. Shatta Wale said that. But let's actually hear him.
Somebody will look at me now and see me like, Shatta Wale not the Ben or buy. You know, be yesterday, no way come. You know, go see so Sarkodie said for respect me, Stonebwoy for respect me.
Why?
No, because I came out before. When I came out, they were in school. Bandana from Ghana. Some of them were in primary, JSS, you understand? But I tell you, in the history of Ghana, no artists have ever come up like me. It is history. Ghanaians should appreciate it and just support it. No artist from the start of Ghana music, from Osibisa, no artist is late. 500 million years back because of certain people and the way the country is being, like, you know, like the way our leaders are controlling the country is nice, we like it, but you see that what I can tell you is that they are not on the streets.
They are not in touch with what the people are feeling.
Yes, you see right now, people are complaining. There is no money. They don't understand why this is going on. They don't understand why that is going on. I believe the politicians should have time to get closer to the people more. Because you see, if you get to another election time, if you get to another election year, and
Shatta Wale on Sarkodie and Stonebwoy respecting him. Let's go to Facebook and get some of your comments. So Dalla James says, hashtag Shatta should wear the headband properly. He turned upside down, so he's thinking too is upside down. And all the guys who followed him are hashtag Johns. They didn't see that. Akka says, Dalla James is style. Dalla James comes in to say that, hey, you call that style? At Joe Mexa says, after listening to this guy for the first time, there's one thing I can say. Money can't buy wisdom. And Wizzy Kwesi says, yes, we know you're in your late 50s. That's why we expect you to act like a matured person. Bright Nana Ampofo says, Ghanaians don't support Dame. If you want us to support and appreciate, stop downplaying people and do your thing. Play clean, because some of us were raised from homes that don't support shallow thinkers, but really push those who are willing to be pushed. All right. This one is from Ed K, who says, interestingly, they've both graduated and won the BET Awards and are on the verge of winning the Grammy. Respect your colleagues. Agnes says, Sackboy ahead of you. Okay, Sarkodie and Stonebwoy ahead of you. They have separated themselves from boys like you to men. And Aziz says, Shatta Wale is lacking wisdom. If you have plenty money, and so what? Do you feed the whole Ghana? Massa, give us a break and stop behaving like a child. Also like to send a shout out to Stonebwoy for his massive assignment to the world concert. You can go on all our Facebook pages, Facebook and Twitter pages to check out how it all went down. But let's go to Twitter and see what has been trending. So the top 10 trends. Okay, so the first one is the KNUST with 4,824 tweets. The second one is Manifest. He just released a song, and we'll see what people have been saying. The third one is hashtag JoySMS, and the fifth one is Prof. Obiri Danso. Now let's go to KNUST and see what people have been saying. Remember, on Twitter we are JoyNews on TV. Let's see what people have been saying about KNUST on Twitter. All right, so this is our Twitter page. We're going to go to what individuals are saying about hashtag KNUST. All right, so let's try get this one. This one is from @Ami Gaxel, who says, let's see if we can open it. All right, this one says, but Paul at Adom Atre didn't see this, so he said KNUST students should have taken up their grievances with the ozone layer by burning tires. This one is from @Ray Wilson, who says, but government said the new governing council will determine the fate of KNUST VC. Why the U-turn from government to ask the man to step aside? I can see politics playing a big role here, and it's very sad. UTAG must not allow politicians to dictate for them. Hashtag Joy SMS. So I'm going to take some of the replies there. Let's see if this one is from @FishDeco66, who says the students said they don't like the VC, and @Ray Wilson comes in to say that the SRC said they should reinstate him, and @Joe_00XO says, which statement by the SRC says so? Please, I'd be glad if you provided evidence. Let's see if we can check out more tweets on the KNUST. That's trending #1 with 4,000, about 4,000 tweets. All right, remember you can go to our Twitter page where JoyNews on TV. This one is from @Arthur Reginald, who says, ha ha ha, hey, @Ben Kokuwa. So, all right, let's see if we can get more tweets then. @K_Amofa says, so government now believes. So it's so disappointing for old council members to accept serving on the interim governing council of KNUST. If they believe the old council's decision was wrong, there are parts else they want to tell us they can do better. You can go to our Twitter page, JoyNews on TV, and our Facebook page, JoyNews on TV. Tag us and add us into your comments with whatever you're saying. Hashtag Monday Motivation. That'll be all from me and the JoyNews Interactive team. We say thank you for watching and stay blessed.